It's Saturday, September 5th, 2020. And here's the passenger seat. And so I'm going to throw some new foam in this one, like I did the driver's seat. And the seat, too, is in a really nice shape as far as the upholstery. So, just wanted to get a video back here of this and how this is tucked in here. So it's tucked in here on the sides like that. I don't know if I did that. We'll have to see. I think I put these in, I'm not sure. I guess I'm going to repaint these. I hate to, but you know, it looks kind of a little worse for wear. I have this stuff to fix. And it looks like the clip caught this one up here. So just to show you kind of what the seat looks like now. Very thin up here because the foam is so thin, so the upholstery fits real nice and easy because the foam is so thin, you know, it's like nothing to the foam. It's all hard, and it's got these wrinkles right here that I was able to get out on the driver's seat. I had to really work those, but stretch them. But I was able to work those out of there. So it looks like there's a hog ring here. You know, it's real. It fits real nice right there on that side. This bowed up. Kind of. So I don't know if I'm gonna, like, here's the seat frame right here. You can feel it. It's like, yikes. There's nothing left of the foam. So it's really easy to hog ring when there's nothing. But when you got really thick foam, it makes it a little bit more difficult. So I'm gonna pop, okay, it's got the flat, just the flat screws, which I might go with instead of the chrome screws. Yeah, it's got the flat screws. I think on the driver's side it had a couple of chrome screws. I'll see if I'll go with these non-plated. I think these are, I forget, those are panhead or what they call those. Anyway, I'm going to start tearing it down. I'll take another video. Saturday, September 5th, 2020. I just wanted to take, this is the passenger seat on the far right side, just how he had the upholstery hog ringed on here. And kind of where it was hog ringed. He's got some jute, new jute, and I'm just curious if the old panel with the rods is still in there, because he's taken it completely out and put this jute in. This is not, this is jute. This isn't what do you call this stuff again? Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to take these hog rings out and take these bolts out. I'll flip the seat over and do the other side. So after you just take these hog rings out, here's the two bolts. You take those two bolts out and you can take the seat back off. So that's what I'm going to do on the other side. So here's the seat back. It has the original panel with the rods. So I'm going to take this panel out and make a new one, like we did with the other seat. So the upholstery fits really nice on this one because, you know, old foam. But that's how it fits. It's just snug as a bug. You know, the seat mechanism's in really good shape. It's not rusty. It's still got the gray. So, okay, I'm going to pull the hog rings out of this and get the upholstery off and see what's underneath this thing. It's Saturday, September 5th, 2020, and my mom would be 96. Let's see, she was born in 24. No, she'd be 94. Happy birthday, Mom. Is your birthday on Thursday, the 3rd. So this foam is hard as a rock. It's really, you can see the pattern here. I think there's the old emblem. I think could have been 67. So you took the 67 upholstery off and put the 66 on. But this foam is as hard as a rock. It's got no give to it, just hard right here. The whole thing is, it's rotten. So I'm going to pop the hog rings off the muslin and take it off, and I'll see the panel. Saturday, September 5th, 2020. This is the back, seat back. Here's the panel with the rods. It seems to be sort of attached with hog rings. I don't know, maybe by accident. Here's one on the top. These two are on the top. The other hog rings maybe just, oh, here. So here's how they did it. Two at the bottom on this seat back anyway. Two at the bottom and two at the top. I don't think it was hog ringed on the side though. I think it was just hog ringed on the top. So they just hog ring the rods right to the springs. So there's a rod on the bottom here, and they just hog ringed it to the, that's how they attach this one. So I'm going to rebuild this with new burlap. Pretty cool. All the videos that I've seen of these guys just rip them out. I mean, they literally rip this thing out and they throw it in the trash because they don't want to be bothered with it, and they don't make a reproduction of it. So this is going back in. In fact, if I can get it out, I may not even rebuild this burlap. I may just put it right back in. I'll have to see. So I got this Saturday, September 5th, 2020. So I got the panel off. It came off all in one piece. Really nice. So here are the original listing wires. So they attached them to the seat frame first, and then they put the panel on, that panel right there, and attached the panel in a couple of places with hog rings, and then they put the burlap down, and then they put the cotton down, and they hog ring that, because the burlap and the cotton are actually sewn together. So it's all in one piece. So they just, you know, for speed and ease of assembly, looks like it's a perfect like 1.5 inch overhang. So everything looks good on the seat. I'm not going to take the listing wire out right now. I'll leave it. But I'm going to take the bottom seat cushion apart now. Saturday, September 5th, 2020. So here's the seat bottom of the passenger side. Just want to go over how it was hog ringed, where it was hog ringed. Interestingly, there's a piece of paper in there. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a build sheet. I don't know. But it's interesting that it's still there, because somebody put jute under there. In order to do that, they had to take everything off the bottom of the springs, so I would think it would disturb that, but I'll see. So, but I know that paper is not for this car, because these seats aren't out of this car. These seats are out of a 67. Saturday, September 5th, 2020. So here's the seat foam on the passenger side. It's pliable up here. It's rotten back here. It's hard as a rock. So I'm going to get this off. I'm going to take I think there's muslin. And I want to see what this is all about. I don't know what that is. Interesting though. Could be a build sheet for this car, another car. Saturday, September 5th, 2020. So the bottom panel in the passenger side seat is still intact. There is a piece of jute underneath it. I don't know how that got there. I guess somebody stuffed it. Probably just stuffed it in between the springs somehow. But I'm going to take this panel off. This is one where it's every, I don't know what it is, 2 inches, I guess. But it looks like all the rods are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All all 10 rods are there, and I think it's just hog ringed to the springs. Probably in two places, like it was with the seat back. No, it's not hog ringed at all up here. Just kind of laid in here. Okay, I'm going to take this out, and then I'm going to pull that out of there and see what that's all about. Pretty cool. So it's Saturday, September 5th, 2020. So the seat bottom had, the other seat bottom had this felt as well. And I can't remember, but this is, I still have it somewhere. Here it is right here. So the way they did it, it looks like, is they added a piece here, and then they added this piece here, and they added, let's see, I have, I may not have that other piece, I don't know. I may have tossed it, but it looks like there's another piece there. And then there's these just, I guess, square pieces like this that tuck in right there. So this is a piece, it's a square piece, and it's hog ringed right here. Then there's this piece with the little arms on it. It kind of like fits in between the spring. See how they have it looped? They have it looped behind the spring. And then they have it coming over the top. Like on this side they don't have that, but they just, and then they hog ring it, and then they hog ring it. So they hog ring it here and they hog ring it here. It doesn't look like it's hog ringed down here though. It's just looped into that spring. This side, same thing, it looks like it's just looped in underneath the spring and then on hog ringed. So that's the other one, like that's how that one would go in. And then they have a flat piece over here. I don't want to disturb it because of this, looks to be maybe a broadcast sheet right there. But they have it, they have another square piece over there. So that explains the two square pieces. I have one of those, and this piece goes in the front like this, and it's hog ringed. It's looped around, the little sides are looped around here and here, and it's hog ringed here. hog ringed right here. So they just have it kind of tucked in the spring. So that is this piece. So this is out of the other seat bottom. And that's what those are for. That's what that one's for. So I don't know if they're anti-spring squeak felts, possibly, so that the springs don't squeak. I'm not sure. I mean, I could potentially leave them there. There's really no reason to take them out. So now I'm going to work on this broadcast sheet over here. It looks like a broadcast sheet. So I'm going to see about maybe getting that out of there. Okay, it's Saturday, September 5th, 2020. This is the passenger side seat bottom. I'm about to sneeze, hold on. It's dusty in here. So I'm going to pull this broadcast sheet out of here. I have no idea what it's for. It's probably for the car that these seats were in, because these seats are not original to my car. But I'm going to pull that out of there and see what that is. So here we go. So I was able to extract this is called a soft trim broadcast sheet. Soft trim broadcast. It's really faded. It's really hard to read anything. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read anything off of it, but I was able to get it out without tearing it. So there was a spring, it was under a spring, and I was able to pop the spring loose and pull it out. So I did not tear it at all. It's still completely intact like it was under the seat. So I'm just gonna take it in and see if I could make heads or tails out of it and do some research on it. I don't know. It's very, very faded at this point. I doubt it's mine because my car did not come with bucket seats, so this is for the car that these buckets came in. But I'll see what I can find out. Okay, it's Saturday, September 5th, 2020. It's about 2 o'clock. Temperature today is supposed to reach 109 degrees or 108. That's probably 93 in here. It's still bearable. I got the fan on. Right around 4 o'clock it'll start to get really funky in here, but it's a lot cooler in here than it is outside. So this felt stuff, I'm pretty convinced now that this is just anti-squeak. For anti-squeak purposes, anti-squeak measures. So they keep these springs from touching. Really big people get in these cars and flatten these seats out, and as you can hear, Pretty squeaky. Okay, so I'm gonna see how far I want to go here. It's done. Worn down to the frame. So this is the seat bottom. So the muslin is on the inside of the seat bottom. That's how it's attached to the seat cushion bottom. So the looks like these panels on that side, this one on this side, and then there's a long one that kind of just makes a big three-sided box here. So I'll just take it off and probably put it back on the same way. Well, that's how the muslin goes on the seat. It's on the inside of the cushion, the bottom of the cushion, not the top or the sides like the seat back. This is on the bottom side of the cushion. Okay, for the seat backs, the muslin's on the inside as well. It's not on the outside like those aftermarket ones I got. So if you wanted to add this muslin, this is pretty big cuts of it, you could. It's on the inside or the back side of each side, these big panels. And then on the bottom, there's a piece on the outside or the front that runs along the bottom. This is the bottom. And on the top, there's a piece that runs along the top on the outside. The thing is that this is, you can see where the screw holes for the, so it's kind of clipped on. It's kind of weird, but that's how they do it at the factory. So I'm going to take this muslin off all the way around and then keep it and pitch this doesn't go all the way up, it just about right there and goes all the way to the bottom. Okay, good to know. It's Sunday, September 6th, 2020. It's about 8:45 in the morning. It's going to be 110 today. Oof. So here's the original listing wire. They put it under the burlap. Which makes sense if you're dealing with the foam, that's the density that you're working with, but there's no way that this is going to work with the listing wire underneath the burlap. I'm just not going to know where it is. So, I mean, I could hog rig in a spring or something I don't see or can't see. So, but anyway, this seat back is like brand new. I mean, there's like no rust. It's like I'm dealing with a brand new seat. The mechanism is like really nice. So I'm gonna cut these listing wires out and put the panel on with a, let's see, this panel that I rebuilt last night. Put that on, and put the burlap on. I'll probably trace that burlap and then go from there. Okay, so I've got the burlap. I've got the new listing wire on top of the burlap, and I've put a layer of cotton, and now I'm going to lay the foam down, and I'm going to hog ring the muslin of the foam instead of trying to hog ring this. I noticed on the factory there's some hog rings. I don't know if they're leftover hog rings, I'm not sure, but I'm going to take the whole thing and just hog ring the muslin from the foam instead of hog ringing this cotton. I don't think it's going to hold anyway, so I think this should work. It doesn't seem to be that thick. So we'll see. Hopefully this will work. Add a little bit of layer of extra padding to it. Now I'm going to put the foam on. And after I hog ring the foam, I'll take another video. Okay, it's Sunday, September 6th, 2020. 110 degrees today. It's about 1 o'clock. Got the seat back down for the passenger side. Came out really good. I'm really happy with it, considering this is 25 plus year old upholstery. I took it apart. I hog ringed it once, and then not completely, just almost all the way. And then, so I only redid it once. So I did it out of sequence, and I should have just followed sequence. I didn't, and that's where I got goofed up. So I did it in one morning. The driver's side took 3 weekends, so I'm learning. I'm learning what works. So let me take a video of the backside. So this has the rebuilt panel. This was the one with the 15 rods, I think. 15 rods. It's brand new. So, this seat back has, I don't know if you can see it in there. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it in there either. Anyway, this seat back has the layer of cotton. I don't know if I don't think the driver's side has the cotton. I think I left the cotton off. But this one has the cotton. I did put the cotton on the driver's seat bottom. I can't remember if I left the cotton off. I think I left the cotton off the driver's seat back though. So this one has the cotton on the, so it has a layer of, it has this panel with the rods. It has a layer of this panel with the rods. It has the layer of burlap, cotton. I used the original cotton, GM cotton. I actually used the cotton. I didn't use the cotton from this seat. That's the cotton. I didn't want to have to unstitch the burlap from it and go through all that. So I did that for the driver's seat. So I had the cotton from the driver's seat ready to go. So I added the cotton to this seat. So this seat's going to be nice and padded. Nice. It'll be really nice and comfy. So I'm going to have to get a sliver of I probably should hog ring that. Get a sliver of Madrid grain for that, just to put something back here. So I'm going to start on the passenger or the bottom, seat bottom, before it starts to get too hot.